welcome to my kitchen. I still have Greg home with me, and we're going to make a cake right now. A cinnamon
coffee cake.
Coffee cake.
So
we're going to have this with our coffee in the morning.
So this is going to be, we're going to basically, it's almost making a pound cake because we're going to be creaming the butter and sugar and then alternating the dry ingredients. So in here we have the flour, we have baking soda and baking powder here that we're just going to mix into there. And there's also a teaspoon of salt in there. And of course I'm going to put all the directions and the ingredients down below on gregs-kitchen.com. So you'll find it, and of course, like I said, down below. So we're just, the dry ingredients we're going to set aside for a second. We're going to cream. We have 2 sticks of butter. We're going to use, and I'm using Mom's big container of sugar, 2 cups of sugar in here. So it's going to be a nice sweet cake. And
this will be good with our coffee.
Yeah, we're just going to cream this together. So it's going to get noisy just for a second.
It's hard for me not to do it.
You probably can't hear me talking, so that's why I'm just doing this, and then I will talk. Oops. I don't think we got this as room temperature as we needed. There we go. Now I just want to incorporate that sugar and get it all nice and creamy. Now, get that butter that I threw out. We're going to add in 4 eggs that Mom's already checked and put in a bowl, and we're just going to slowly add them just a little bit at a time, maybe a fourth at a time, like 1 egg at a time if you hadn't already mixed it.
Well, I like to whip it together.
Okay, give me another one. Okay. Dripping. Go ahead and put the rest in there. Okay. Do you have a spatula? I'm not sure where all your... They're right over there. Spatula. Just wipe down the sides. Okay, incorporate all that sugar and butter. Make sure it's all in there. Okay. Now we're going to put about a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more, of vanilla. And just, this is Mom's homemade vanilla. How many of these did you make?
6.
6 pints? Mm-hmm. How'd you do that?
Well, I took vodka and I took vanilla beans. Mm-hmm. I split the beans down the middle, opened them up a little bit, and then I put those in the jars, each jar, and then I filled them up with vodka.
How long did it have to sit?
So good. It only took about 30 minutes in my pot. My Instapot.
Yeah, most of the time it takes 3 to 4 months for that to develop, and you do it and put in a dark closet. Instapot, I can put a link down below. Do it in an Instapot. It instantly
takes no time.
Yeah, it gets it, and then let it sit for about a week, and then it's ready to go. And vanilla is something good to give at Christmas. Get little fancy jars.
Put a bow on it. It's wonderful.
People are going to love it because it's not that imitation flavor that you buy.
And boy, is it expensive.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're going to alternate the sour cream. We got 2 cups of sour cream and the flour, baking soda, baking powder, and salt mixture here. We're just going to go back and forth. We'll start with the dry. We want to keep it creamy, so we don't want to do a whole bunch at a time. That's why we're going to alternate it. Okay, and a little bit of sour cream. Give me a little bit more, maybe a third of it. There you go.
You said a little bit.
Sour cream you can do a little higher, but the flour you want to go on low, because it will go everywhere. Okay.
This is something your grandpa loved. He would eat this every day.
Give me a little bit more of that, and then we'll just use one more at the end. Sour cream. And we'll just do the remainder of that.
I think I scared Brody. His dog was coming in here and I made that noise and he took off and said, forget that.
And then you can use that spatula if you would. And just scrape down the sides here. There we go. And then you can give me the rest of that flour.
God made fingers for something besides waving with.
Now this is going to be a thick dough or batter, kind of like a pound cake. So it's not going to be real loose like a regular cake you would make.
Reminds me of all the rum cakes we made.
Yeah, hundreds of them. Yeah, I'm trying to get down. How you do it?
That one there, push down there.
There it goes. I'm going to throw these in the sink along with the bowls.
Yes.
Okay. Now the last thing we have to make it the streusel cinnamon cake is we've got 3/4 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, and then you got, 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts. That cinnamon smells good.
I love cinnamon.
Oops, I keep grabbing the wrong drawer. I don't know if I'm supposed to use those silverware, but they're right there for me. And this is just going to be the streusel that goes throughout the cake and on top. Let's mix it up pretty good. Get a couple lumps of sugar in there.
My cousin calls me and says, it'd be nice if you'd come over. And I'm thinking, you don't want to see me. All you want's a rum cake.
Yeah, about 5 years ago, Mom came down for 2 weeks, and it ended up 3 months. And I was doing the little food fairs in Fort Lauderdale, and she came back. I was cooking, and she says, "Can you make a rum cake?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." And she goes, "Oh, good." And she took off, and I was like, "Okay." Then she comes back after we were all done and cleaning up and everything, and says, people want us to make rum cakes for them. I'm like, "How many?" And she goes, "Oh, no." He said like 100, 150. I didn't have a professional kitchen at the time. I had a regular stove. We made them. It was for one of the rum distributors there in the area.
My husband and I would bake all day. He would go to work. My husband and I'd start baking that morning, and we'd still be baking when he got home, and then he'd take over.
Yep. So it was quite a mission.
Yes.
So
we did that for 2 or 3 years.
yeah, 2 or 3 years, and then I did another 2 or 3 years after she wasn't down there. Okay, we're going to pour a third of this into the bundt can she's already sprayed. Got it all prepared. If you'll just turn it, since there's 2 of us, it'll work better that way. Real quick, real quick, real quick. Okay, stop. And there she goes with her fingers again. Okay, now we're going to put about a third of the topping on it. Or not topping, but I call it strudel. That way it's throughout the cake. And we'll put another third on here. Okay, that's good. We'll do it one more time. This that way so people can see what we're messing at.
Oh, just, he's playing like he's playing in sand.
Kind of feels like sand with stones in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
With your...
And then we'll just finish it off with the remaining. Guess we're not turning this time.
Oh. I was eating it. It was good. That's good.
Okay, hold on. Trying to get it as even as I
Right there
can.
a little bit. I know when the gentleman came over and asked us how many bottles of rum it took, because we told him he had to furnish the rum, I told him, and he looked at me and I said, well, we use a half a cup.
We use a cup and a half of rum in each.
Half in each cake, and I take a bottle for each cake because I said after baking that many I got to have something to drink, so I said I drink the rest of the bottle. And he looked at me and he says, does she really? No. I started laughing. I said, I'm teasing. But by the time I got done, I was thinking, boy, I don't know if I'm teasing or not.
And we're just putting the final third of this mixture right on top. And I've got the oven already.
That smells good.
The oven's preset at 350. We're going to bake this for about 70 minutes. And I'll check it at probably about 55, 60 minutes to make sure it's done in the center. But it usually takes about 70, 75 minutes on this. So as soon as we get it out of the oven, we'll be back. Okay, we're back. The cake took about 65 minutes and we got out. We let it cool for about 10 minutes before we took it out of the pan. I still don't want to cut it because I'm afraid it's too warm. It's just gonna fall apart. I don't want to take a chance. So this was your first coffee cake you wanted to make? What do you think?
Not the first one I've ever made,
No,
but it's the first one I made today.
Well, have you made this recipe before?
I have, but I think I got a little too much sugar on top of it. It looks kind of...
Well, I think it looks good. I mean, it's nice. Okay. It's nice and crunchy and crisp. Yeah, nice and crispy. Yeah. So, and then when you cut it,
all the cinnamon and everything swirled all through it, so. And it'll taste wonderful with our coffee.
Yeah, it's going to be good tomorrow morning with coffee.
And I'll guarantee you'll love it if you try it. So everyone try it, and then give us a thumbs up.
You said this is one of Grandpa's favorites?
Yeah, he loves anything cinnamon with walnuts. Oh gosh, he could eat that. He'd eat a piece for breakfast. He'd eat a piece for lunch. Probably take half of it to work with him, and the guys would have it for their break.
I'd do the same thing, but I wouldn't share it with the guys.
Well, you'd share with the nurses maybe, but no, you wouldn't.
No.
But Daddy would always take it. Mommy didn't eat stuff like that very often. He'd take it to work and share it with everybody. And they loved their cakes, and They love things like that Mom would bake for them, and he would love it.
Well, give this one a try. The sour cream, it's got sour cream in it, so I'm just going to call it a sour cream, what?
Pound cake.
Coffee cake? Yeah. So we'll put all the
And
ingredients down below. Also at gregs-kitchen.com, you'll have a link there that you can actually print it out. If you have any questions, or if you've done a coffee cake a little similar to this or even different, just let us know.
Yeah, if you have a good recipe for it, let me know. I'd love to have it. I love coffee cakes, and I would love to try it. So let us know, and we'll bake it.
Okay, that's all we're going to do for tonight. So y'all take care. God bless, and we'll see you again soon.
Bless you. Thanks.
Bye-bye.